We're going to look for a waterfall. We're in Gadsden, Alabama, which is just in the Appalachians, sort of northeast of Birmingham, southeast of Huntsville, and east, south, it's northeast part of the state. Never been here before. Gadsden's a really neat place. It's a very big city for where it is. Obviously it has something to do with the railroads. There's a river there. It's a lot bigger than you would think it would be. But just off to the side, there's a famous waterfall. I believe it's 90 feet, and we're going to look for it. We're going to see what this waterfall. My name is Jeff, and I am visiting Gadsden. And if you like small towns, hotel reviews, small town supermarkets, that sort of thing, like and subscribe. There's a beautiful fire station. I've never seen one that nice. It looks like a log cabin. It's so cool. Down this way, you got bridge and a rocky creek. So I'm just going to say that when you come in, I have a parking lot right here and it says you are here. And apparently there's a main entrance all the way down, not about even a half a mile, so not too bad. That's where the main parking is. And Tesla never does me wrong, but I wonder about this time. But at the same time, you know, Tesla took me on I'm at the top of a falls, I think. I was going to say it took me on a scenic route, but right there's that creek, and it just sort of cuts off. I can see like an open pit and rocks. I think that's it. So we did go the right way. Check this out. I think it's an old church or schoolhouse. That sign didn't really say, did it? But check out all of the rocks. So cool. Okay, so we got this really cool bridge right here where people locked up because I guess there's a lot of thieves around, so they don't steal the bridge. And as far as immersion goes, I mean, right there I see a mountain road and a church, you know, usual small town. That must be for main parking that sign told me about on the other side of the bridge. That's a big whoop. But right there, I can tell that is a big job. I don't really hear anything though, over there at the creek. There's a train here. And it's running today. Oh, look at this. So I found the waterfall. Apparently we start at the top. There's a falls right there. So I guess like a little Alabama's Niagara Falls. Waterfall is right there. We start on top of it, and it's like a creek. And for whatever reason, there's a big hole, natural. I say that because a lot of mines in the state, but this is not one of them. There's a beach down there, and it's pretty. There's a view. You think when you go see a waterfall, it's like the TV shows and the movies. You go through the woods, and you know, you have to look up. But this is different. We start at city street level. So for whatever reason, I am in the mood to step on these rocks. And just for some reason, it just reminds me of a seabed way up here. The way it's all whittled down. So I got a story of Nakakula. There's a couple of them. I know there's one in Wisconsin. About the Indian girl that jumps into a falls. So it's named for that. So there's this monument here to the Masons, and it's got the past Grand Masters. And anywhere we still have the same Grand Master from 1999, or there has not been any Grand Masters in this millennia. And it's done. It's like a grotto, I guess. And look at the size of the rocks that's fallen in there. Next to a park, train is your drive-through restaurant. There's a sidewalk that connects. How convenient, at the same time, how smart. I know some cities have a fence right there and you have to go around. You can go straight into a park. Play on the playground, take the train. First of all, I'm wondering why there's a display train there. What's historic about the display train? And it's a playground they have for these people. So it started raining. They have this little building with really nice and clean bathrooms. And you get to see some of the local activities that take place in town in the summer. I hope that's the spring and not the middle of summer. I learned a lesson. So I navigated to the falls right here. So we parked here. I'm now all the way over here, and apparently there's a ticket and gift shop thing here. I guess just for the train. And there's animals over there and mini cop there, and like... Okay, let's be honest. I don't think we're going to have a train ride in this much rain, an open air car. No, I knew it was going to rain today. There's a little bit of clouds. I noticed everywhere I go, doesn't matter how obvious the rain is or it's not obvious. I never see raincoats, I never see umbrellas. They all get caught unaware. And it makes me wonder, in this day and age, if a smartphone is connected to you, at least my car tells me it's going to rain. How do you not know? How do you get caught? But anyway, it's nice. We're by ourselves. We got the whole park to ourselves. So I guess here we are at the main gift shop. Plenty of free parking. Yeah. And you know, I don't even think this is the world's largest rocking chair because I think I have that. It might be in Pulaski in my other video. This is smaller. Candy sticks. Major train, bought tickets. It's not running, it's raining too much. See, now normally I do research, so you know, I know where to park and this and that, but today I just kind of went with it, see what fun we can have. I thought I was just going to see the falls for like a couple minutes and then go downtown and talk about Gadsden a little bit. But this park is pretty big. They really capitalized on the area. I mean, it's a whole thing. It's Pioneer Village. It's just cool. There's a gorge trail right there. And if I have proper shoes and everything else, we can go. So it's the primitive trail, so it's hard to make it. Guess kangaroos don't hang out in the rain. They seek shelter. How funny is that? There's a baby. Huh, neat. So, chances of it hopping around is about the same as getting a train here. Almost none. But this guy right here has horns and a very small fence. I don't know if I should be worried or not. So a trail claimed that it's a primitive trail. Very steep, very loose. I believe that, but it said not suitable for elderly, small children, and so on and so forth. So I guess that's not going to be happening for a while. Actually, it does look rather interesting though. So I don't know, maybe I'll have to try it one day by myself and just get stuck down. This quasi-zoo actually seems to have very new trails and looks like it's in a better shape than some places I actually go to. Lots of trails. It's actually really pleasant to walk around. And then we have probably the creepiest sign I've ever seen. Yeah, I'm not really... Okay, maybe it's time to go home. Yeah, now I'm not really interested. Now I'm like looking down at the ground and hoping there's no spiders anywhere. That looked like an old sign too, very old. This barn looks interesting. Look how new it is. You got the new, and you got the old. It looks comfortable, doesn't it? Old omnibus. Check that out. Coming to this building is just screaming. Screaming. It's like a really nifty fish store. Thunderstorm. It's never stormy. scared to find out what's screaming over here. Like a chicken house. See, today we have chicken coos. Back then, chickens had houses. And you tell me things are getting better for everyone. Even on the park in the rain, I can't get away from these revving. Something cool about that one rock sticking up. It's got like a yellowish gold color to it, facing one way. Way it just spikes. It's so weird how it's such a big gorge. I mean, imagine, this is street level. You just have this old rocky creek right here. And if it wasn't developed and it was all forest and woods, to follow this creek and all of a sudden end up at that gorge, this has been really inspiring. I reckon it's actually not bad. Wish I could take them for a train ride, but the rain keeps coming back. They have all of this old farm equipment. 1914 tractor, 30 horsepower. Imagine when that first came on the scene from Iowa. Remember, gas stations weren't service stations yet. See old pictures where they're not on a sidewalk like this, but they're basically just a pump on the side of a road sometimes. Okay, and a crank, it's a pump. That's why they call it a pump. Because now it's an electronic pump. Yeah, but this looks really cool with the train tracks and everything. But we saw the last train in action, and that was it. So assuming that we did anything else in this video, or if this is it, we hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for more adventures. Downtown Gadsden goes on for many blocks. It's not your usual small town with just one block and it cuts off. If you look at architecture, you got 2-story buildings. Used to be a big department store. Look at that. Big department store, more like the 70s it looks like. 3 stories. I imagine like the 40s, this place would have been a place to be. Let's see, and oh, look at this. This is beautiful. So I found a variety store, supposedly, but it turns into an antique store. But it's got clothes, so it has variety. And this place goes all the way back. It's got a restaurant. It's got the creaky floor. It's amazing. It's air conditioned. Doesn't have that usual smell either. With some parking meters. Man, this place. I think the black ceiling and the lighting is what kind of makes this place, but it doesn't have a dusty smell at all. It's just amazing. So if I don't get a chance to see everything I'm supposed to look at in this video, brand new camera. It's got a dual battery thing, but I'm missing an extra spare for the moment, and that means I lost power because this goes on for, I don't know, 6 blocks. Really cool. And you know, it's not empty. There's stuff everywhere. What is this all about? So, massive store of collectibles and everything. Gosh. Where are the inventory in this place? It's incredible. So that was about 4th and Broad. There's a clock over there and an old brick street. Maybe I'll be lucky enough to check it out. They're a collectible store, claims to be open. But I tell you, it's nice to go in one of these towns that A is big and B is not dead. This would be a good place. I hope that hotel opens up that they're going to build it. This is fancy. Check this out. Rounded glass. See that? With the windows above and the ceiling. That you don't get in like a normal storefront. That's these are really high end. Normal tile, not normal tile, but you know, entryway tile. Because there are streets, 2 streets on either side of this main broad street that also look interesting too. But of course, it's a main street, broad. Don't know if the sidewalk used to be bigger and they add parking, or you know what it used to look like without looking it up. So 1 block away on a side street, the main broad street of 3-story buildings and 2-story buildings. 1903. And 1904 is the Gadsden News Building. This is the side street. It's still built up. Really unusual for me to see a side street built up. Like I said, usually I go to these towns as 1 block. This place is a basically a major metropolitan area compared to a lot of back towns you see. This town goes on and on and on. So I basically probably covered about 20% of the place. I can say one thing, even bigger churches on the left, Big Church Street. Say one thing is that it's all free parking. All this they don't charge. No meters. None of that nonsense. So how they get away with it in other cities have to charge you? How does that work? I like the way they have these speakers in the poles playing music on a downtown street. Give an atmosphere. And lastly, we got the Gadsden Mall. Destination is on the left. Gadsden Mall, which has a Books A Million, and it's attached to a food line. So I don't know which we're doing, how we're going to do this. But we got the Gadsden Mall, we got the food line, we got Books A Million, Title Mall. Let's go complete our rounds. Got all the supervised youth policy, as usual. Let's go see what this is. Ooh. Carpet Southern Mall. Carpeting. Actually makes it quiet. As far as horror books go, this one's not too bad. It's not too musty. It's 1 story. Lights work. It's clean. Kind of okay to walk around. It's got everything. Doesn't look like it's going out of business. Gadsden. This is actually nice. It's got a fancy roof. It's too bad. It's like a lot of empty spaces and a rainbow even closed, which I thought was a cheap place. Doesn't look like a rainbow area though, but Jack Link's vending machine too. This is fancy. City trends are a big city. Of course, we're in Gadsden Mall. Not a big mall, of course, but I guess an average as far as malls go. Old malls. Big food court. Kind of pretty. Christmas all year round. Alabama coin traders. Oh, there's a clothing store over there. The mall keeps going. Movie theater, American Eagle. I've never been to Martin's. They bought a couple other department stores in the area, small downtown stores, but look at this entryway. You go up a ramp. Your men's fashion store, but you go up a ramp to go into a department store. So you got the elevation and line of sight. And I can imagine how exciting this was, like in 1980, 1971. Not fancy, but it's nice and really, really well stocked. I tell you what, if you like blue jeans, this is a store for you. Must be industry standard nowadays to always put the children's by the clearance section. Always children's, always clearance. I don't know if they go hand in hand budget-wise or if they're both just afterthoughts. I wonder. I don't know if the clearance is much of an afterthought, but the way they usually organize is always in the back of a store. At least when I was in retail, even. There's an entrance that's closed off now. So, and you get your boys clearance, so on and so forth. And when you exit, you go down for a ramp. I felt like I've seen a store like this before, unless it was just in the movies. Can't figure out where it was though. But it's just really cool. You go down a ramp. I mean, the aesthetic of that is brilliant and very old-fashioned. They don't make it fancy like that anymore. I wonder what store that used to be. And unfortunately, it looks like at the further end, I guess it's just an empty. Looks like it's just an empty anchor store at the end, which is a shame. A couple other empty places. So I guess. Wait, actually, I think there's more. Got Books A Million. Let's see, a place called Alley. What is an alley? Oh, wow. It's a bowling alley. There you go. There's your bowling alley. This is cool. What's all this over here? Tunnel. And you got Urban Park. Trees and everything. Check that out. That's neat. They put newspaper boxes out. So the alley is an alley. Look how pretty it is.